what's scarier than a guy with a hockey mask? A guy with a bag over his head. What up, homies and homeheads, and welcome to another exciting episode of VHS Venture, the show where we review random crap on out-of-date media formats. Today's episode's going to be a scary one, as we review a film from my favourite horror series of all time, Freitag das 13th. It's a bit weird reviewing, like, part 2 of a series when you've not reviewed part 1, but fuck man, it's what we're working with. And the old question, like, who's your favourite, like, slasher movie villain? Mine's always comes down to Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees. And, well, fuck. The reason why I've always said I like Jason more than Michael was the fact that although Michael Myers is cooler, he's had 2 movies that are good. Whereas, like, the Friday the 13th movies, there's actually been, like, a considerable amount of decent efforts. They'll be interesting because, like, I would say Friday the 13th Part 1, 4 and 6 are easily my favourites. And Part 2, that's always been a bit of a grey area one for me. I mean, it's cool because it's the first one where Jason's the main killer, but at the same time, he's got a potato back on his head. I've got a friend called Brick Bithouse. I've got a friend called Bit Brickhouse, who you can view at BitBrickBitHouseBBH on YouTube.com. He seems to reckon that Potato Sack Head Jason's pretty cool, but me, I've always been a bit, But who knows? I mean, we're going to go and watch this movie film today. We're going to see how it goes, see if my opinion can be changed. So with that being said, we're going to fucking pop open the punk and get this bad boy rolling. How long's it been since any of you has seen a TV looking like that? Fucking check. It is rewinded. Fucking hell. Woo! Yeah! Ooh, baby. Now that was an entertaining movie. Where do I start with this though? That's... Where do I start? Let me think. Well, first I'm just going to talk about the fucking most confusing, nippiest shit about it. So for those of you that don't know, the first movie ends with the main chick who survived everything, because Jason wasn't the killer, it was his mama. But like, she's out in this boat and it's playing happy music and all loving, and basically zombie corpse Jason jumps out the fucking water and like pulls her down, and it's one of the best jump scares in movie history. The best jump scare in movie history. And it cuts to her like in the hospital and stuff with the police around her, and they're all like, oh fucking, we pulled you out the lake, and she's like, what about the boy? What about the boy? And they're like, Mom, there was no boy there and stuff. And she's like, he's still out there, and you know what I mean? It creates that, oh shit, it's Jason still out there. All this kind of mystique about it. Problem is, this movie starts like, well, this movie's set 5 years later, but the opening scene's set 2 months later, and it basically involves Alice, the main character, being in her house, like trying to get over everything. And well, long story short, Jason not only hunts her down to her house, he kills her. Problem with this is though, is that Jason is now a fully grown adult, so it means that kick-ass ending, it now needs to be a fairy tale, or like a nightmare, or a trip, or a daydream, or whatever you want to call it. Besides that being lame as fuck, it also kind of derails the whole reason why Mrs. Voorhees was going out killing everyone, because it's like, what, if her son's still alive, then why is she having revenge on the camp? But fuck it. We'll cut ahead 5 years later, and it's Camp Blood's reopening, you know, it's a new set of fucking camp counsellors and everything, and textbook stuff, really. Probably the best scene in the whole movie, or one of the best scenes, is that like when the head honcho camp counsellor guy, he gets everyone around the campfire and starts telling them the story of Jason, and fucking it's good, man. Like, he builds it up, and it's like it's that total like campfire ghost story shit, you know, like builds up the suspense, and he goes over the mythology and the mystios that is Jason and shit. And I mean, as much as everyone around the campfire's getting freaked out, you yourself's generally getting a bit like, whew, fucking unnerved and shit. And then obviously like the doof with the fucking weird gimpy mask comes out and goes "Brrr!" and fucking scares everybody and shit. But it's a good scene. I mean, one of the things about this movie, why it's so good, but at the same time why it's so bad, is because it's so similar to the first movie, which is good, but it's not as good as the first movie. So it's like entertaining, but everything about it, you're kind of like, why am I watching the first one? I'd honestly say that the counselors are like some of the best parts of this. I mean, like, obviously the victims in slasher movies are never meant to be the greatest characters and stuff, but I mean, this is a colourful enough cast. There's like a dude with a wee berry thing on that reminds me of Angus Young. Fucking, there's a chick with like a banging ass that like unbelievably good butt for like an 80s butt and shit. There's like a pervy old dude that fucking like slingshots and shit. It's a very weird scene that it makes you giggle when you see it. There's like a dude in a wheelchair who like, the doctors say I'll never walk again. I say otherwise. And there's like a chick that gets in about having, you know what I mean? Like there's like a cookie geeky kind of ginger cunt, but he's like like, you know what I mean? He's like lovable too. And it's a decent wee fucking cast for people that are just there really to get stabbed and never return to movies. Old Crazy Ralph's back from the first one, who, for once again, those of you that don't know, he's the one that, the old crazy man's like, you're all doomed, doomed, you know, fucking cliche as fuck almost, but at the same time, it's like, who else can you think about by him? So, you know, fucking, it's funny shit. Crazy Ralph does get taken out by Jason in this movie, though, so it is his last appearance, and I don't know, it's a weird one, because he's hiding behind a tree, and like Jason's behind him, and like goes down with like fucking choke wire or whatever it is, but it's one of those ones that like you watch and you're, oh fuck, and then you sit there and you're like, how did he get the fucking choke wire over the tree around to Ralph's neck? Did he fling it? Never mind, next scene! Perhaps one of the lamest scenes in the whole movie is when fucking one of the lassies, dog Muffin, fucking gets taken out by Jason. You just see it from like Jason's point of view. You see the dog go up to his feet and like look up, and it's just like, it cuts next to like pure sausages, like hot dogs on a barbecue and shit. Just like, fuck! Don't care about anyone else in this movie, don't kill the dog. But I mean, it's got that same suspense that the first movie has. It's just, I don't know, there's something chilling and creepy about it, you know, which it's always going to be good. But the kills are lame in this. And not lame like, oh, they were censored and shit, but like, they were just no that good. And like, even the first movie's kills were better, so I mean, if the original's kills are better and yours, bit of a letdown considering the only reason I'm really watching this is to see people get killed, so, minus 10 points. Being said, the fucking crippled dude in the wheelchair, for whatever reason, he probably gets it fucking worse than anyone. I don't know why that happens, but yeah, he gets fucking hatched in the face and like bucks down all these stairs in his fucking chair and shit. It's brutal. And that's what brings us on to Jason, you know, like fucking the whole thing that's cool as fuck about Jason in this movie is the fact that it's like, even if you take all that weird shit inconsistency from the first to the second one, the fact is Jason is this cunt who's been living in the woods all his days. He's got like this pure chainsaw massacre looking size like hut and stuff that he's crafted, and like he's been out there hunting animals and killing, you know, living off the land. It is cool, you know. I'll even go as far to say that he's fucking like potato sack and shit. It didn't even bother me that much. I didn't like his dungarees though, but like that wasn't my problem. You know, I thought he looked cool enough. My problem is that he's probably the weakest, clumsiest Jason that we've ever seen in the movies, you know? Like the final chase scene between the main chick and Jason, it's not as good as the first movie, and it's not as good as other movies that have come. It's you know what I mean? It's like fucking, it's like there's a bit where it's just fucking hiding under a bed and can't find him, and he's like, she eventually pokes out and it turns out he's with his pitchfork. Pitchfork. He's on his pitchfork and he's standing on this wee wooden chair, and as she pokes out, it's like the chair fucking breaks and shit. You're just like, it's pretty clumsy, you know? And that's it, above all else, Jason in this movie, he's just clumsy, you know? It's like, if you're, there's a bit when he gets kicked in the nuts and shit, it's just like, what? But you do get pissed off at the main chick, because as much as there's a lot of them scenes in, like, horror movies where, you know, like, the chick's like, ah! And, like, the dude's like, I'm going to kill you now. It's like, ah! And it's like, you're like, well, you could have moved, right? But, like, I can let a lot of that shit slide for the purpose of entertainment, but, like, nah, fucking, there's a bit in this where it's like, she gets the rope-a-dope on Jason, pulls a chainsaw out, goes, and fucking, Jason's pure like, oh, he's pure shitting it in the corner, and she's just like, doesn't even skip him, she just goes, yeah! He pure tumbles over a little bit, and then she hits him with a fucking, like, a wooden chair and shit. It's like, you've got a chainsaw! He's killed all your friends! Like, fucking... bitch. And perhaps this is what leads us on to the bit that does fuck me off the most about the movie, is because, like, she eventually gets chased into Jason's little hut, where it's at this point I should say that, like, Jason's mum got her head chopped off at the end of the first movie, which fucking hell if we don't get enough flashbacks at the start of this movie about that. But it's like he's got like a little shrine about her, like a pure mutilated corpse head, and it's like her jumper's there, and there's like candles and corpses all around it. It's creepy as fuck. But what I don't like is she gets chased to this hut, closes the door behind it, barely puts up any barricade. Like, Jason's right outside, and within like 2 seconds she sees this setup, and she's like, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put on his mum's jumper and start pretending to be his mum. Okay, and Jason comes through and she starts saying all this shit like, Jason, it's mummy. Mummy's proud of you, Jason. Oh, you've done a good job, Jason. Jason's like, no. Like, I get it, Jason's not made to be the smartest, but you're trying to tell me that he's got these, like, he's able to live off the land, he's able to hunt, and he's tracking down and killing all these fucking people, and he's got his own mum's fucking, like, shrine up, and then it's like this chick who he's been chasing puts on his jumper, let alone how she knew to do it, puts on his jumper and goes, don't worry, Jason, don't worry. He's like, oh, like, fucking retarded. Retarded is what it is. And what pisses me off more about it than anything else is, like, this is what started off the whole trend of, like, oh, Jason's a mother's boy. Jason only wants to do what he's doing for his mother. So, like, fucking Freddy vs. Jason went and brutalised and made... It's nippy, man. Like, I like Jason is just a fucking killer in the woods, you know? You come into his territory, he fucks you up. Not like pure, I'm doing it for my mother, like... And, well, sure enough, he gets all down on his knees, all submissive and shit. And then eventually, just out the corner of his back, he sees his mum's corpse head. And that's when you see him kind of go like, wait a minute. And then fucking, I don't know, like, the chick's boyfriend who we thought was dead, but now's not dead, fucking comes back. And they eventually fucking fuck him up, kill him and shit. And cuts back to the house and shit. And it's like I said, the first movie had, like, the greatest fucking, like, suspense, like... jump scare ever, and this movie almost does a decent enough job at it. They're like back in the house and they hear a ruffle and stuff, and they're like, oh, it's Jason. And you know, like, she like gets wired up against the window with a fucking pitchfork, and like he's got like a fucking like an axe or some shit, and he's like creeping up to the door like, okay, we going for this. She's like with a fucking pitchfork, like, fucking do it, you know. And it draws up a good bit of suspense and shit. And eventually fucking he opens it and it's Muffin, the dog we thought died from earlier. It's Muffin with a little bow in her head and shit. It starts playing the nice music and stuff, and it's fucking really nice and shit. And then yeah, fucking Jason without his potatoes without his potato sack fucking jumps through the window, and I don't know, he's not been fucked up enough to be zombie Jason yet. He's got like a mongolized weird head, and like it's like ginger and shit, and it's not the coolest, it's not the creepiest, it passes sort of thing, and he pulls her back, and you know, it's not as good as the first, but it's a pass. The problem is, though, is it just, out of nowhere, just cuts to her getting fucking wired up into the fucking ambulance and shit, and you're just like, wait, what? Like, the first movie had her getting cut to the hospital, and everyone's like, we pulled you out the lake and shit. But I mean, like, this one, there was like her boyfriend was there, and he was all fine and shit, and it's like, what? Where's Jason? What, did that not happen? Or was getting tripped out? It's bullshit. It's a bullshitty ending. It's at this point I would like to also point out that at one point while she's hiding from Jason, she fucking pisses herself. I mean, yeah, alright, I mean, that shit probably happens, but like, nah, fuck off. It's like pure, not even like piss looking water, but it's just a pure cringe scene, But I mean, overall, that's the end of the movie, and like, this is the thing I will say is that after that, it does quietly creep and crawl back into like that Jason house, to Jason's mum's head, the corpse head and shit, you know. If my editing skills are good enough, I'll be able to get a little picture up there and stuff, but like, it zooms in on it, and it's like, I don't know, man, like, when I first watched it, I must have been like 12 maybe, 12 at the latest and stuff. I wasn't scared of the movie, but like, that scene, man, like, just that wiring at Jason's mum's corpse head, the fact that it's like, you know, this might not have happened, this could have happened, the fact that it's like in this creepy ass fucking cabin in the woods, pun not intended, but like out in the middle of nowhere, there's just like this fucking corpse head just fucking sitting there, and it does, like fucking, watching it at that time, it gave me like chills, like, you know, like it put the hairs up on me and shit, you know. So I mean, like, that's probably my favorite fucking bit about this movie. But like, yeah, I mean, that is the movie. Overall, I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie. I'm not gonna say it's better than the first, fourth, or sixth. But I mean, hey, it might come just after that. I've not watched enough of them. I'd say part 3 is the one I need to rewatch next. But yeah, overall though, I would say it's an entertaining enough movie, you know. Like, obviously I'm a bit of a fucking mark for these old school slashers and Friday the 13th at that, like, but nah, I mean, like, the only thing I would really say I've got to have a gripe with, it's not even about this movie as such, it's about the little Jason music, the fucking you know, it's fucking. There's an interview of like the dude who done the music, and he basically says like, "Oh, I heard fucking Betsy Palmer, Mrs. Voorhees from the first one." He's like, "I was just watching her, and she says like, kill her, mommy, kill her, mommy." And he says that he recorded into a thing like the K from kill, and the ma from mum. So he's like, he says that like it's actually ma ma ma. But it's bullshit. Whether or not he done that or not is bullshit. It's whatever you want to call it. It's more like, I fucking watch the movies, I fucking hear it, but it pisses me off that all these fucking horror fucking pages on all the comments on YouTube, there's all these fucking cunts who've clearly done nothing more than watch the same fucking interview going it's like, it's not that. It doesn't sound like that. Fucking dicks. Yeah, that's the review. All in all, I'm gonna say good movie. Glad to watch it on VHS, the only way to watch old horror. Like, I say that like it almost sounding sarcastically, but it does, it just creates such a better atmosphere. I've hopefully made this video short. I'm aiming for somewhere between the 5 and 10 minute mark, so if I've done that, fucking yay me. I think people do enjoy watching my fucking food videos a little bit more, or my more comedy end videos, but like, I hope whoever watches this one like did enjoy it, because it does mean a lot to me. And yeah, fucking stay tuned for the next fucking VHS venture, or the next movie review, or the next food review. So yeah, like, I hope you enjoyed my video. Give it a like, and if you haven't already, maybe consider subscribing if you haven't already. I don't know, it would make me feel a lot better. All in all though, that being said, peace and love, guys. It's been a blast. Ooh, baby. Now that was an entertaining movie. Where do I start with this though? That's where do I start? Let me think.